The coffee was cute, but we've moved on to wine. It's dark black girl magic with House of Hunger vibes, and that is all I need to know. I love this book already. They're so cute! What's up, cuties? We may need to refilm this intro because of the pouring rain. Can y'all hear it? We can hear it. We had a whole plan for today and we executed it just fine. We started out with our walk. We edited a video for our patrons and the rain came pouring in. And the video that we had edited was an exclusive, Patreon exclusive reading vlog for And Don't Look Back, which is a thriller that unsettled me far more than 90% of adult thrillers. I was raving about it on Instagram. I wrote a Goodreads review for it instantly, which I never ever do. This black, queer, incredible, campy thriller put me in the mood to read and binge a bunch of black girl-led horror and thrillers. You can thank And Don't Look Back, which we read for our Patreon exclusive Camp Oregon readathon, for the fact that this video exists. I haven't filmed a horror noir video in a little bit, and if you are new here, it's basically my series where I read black thriller and horror books and talk about the themes and how well blackness is represented and the mastery of the writing, etc. I've got my Camp Oregon sweatshirt on. It says "Your Cabin or Mine" because our Camp Oregon readathon is themed after reading books that are set at camp or books where characters are forced to make camp due to emergency circumstances. But the books that we're going to be focusing on in this video are Their Vicious Games by Joelle Wellington. We also have House of Marion by J.L. And we have We Don't Swim Here by Vincent Donato, who is a friend of ours, and we absolutely adore them. So we're very, very excited about all three of these books. You will likely, potentially, maybe have seen the reading vlog where we started Their Vicious Games. That was an incredibly fun vlog. This was the only book I didn't finish, and I was having an incredible time with it. It was like a mood reading experiment vlog, and I got to page 122. So I'm going to be brushing up on my annotations because I've been
annotating the crap out of this.
And then I'll be jumping right back into it. But so far what I can tell you about Their Vicious Games is it's about a very cutthroat young black girl who gets into a fight with a very popular white girl at school and gets her acceptance to her Ivy League schools revoked. That leaves her only chance of getting into an Ivy League college is to compete in her city's Vicious Games tournament, which are incredibly private, but people who win this tournament go on to live large, lavish, and powerful lives, high profile positions, that sort of thing. The games are put on by the town's founding family members and they take place at their mansion. These games are, holy shit, the rain! You get the point. It's creepy. It's cutthroat, it's analytical, and I'm just gonna start reading because I want to take advantage of these vibes.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Someday so bright. It's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste.
These girls are so fucking ruthless. The way childhood Jessie would have had crushes on all of them, because we only recently realized that we were attracted to mean girls because we had crushes on all of our bullies.
Laughs and deeply traumatized.
So as of right now, we're on page 161, flying through it. Don't have much to update except for the fact that this girl allowed herself to be goated. Actually, it was her fault. We do really appreciate the protagonist though, because she is a black girl who literally doesn't belong in these social circles that she's trying to navigate and rise in. Did a grenade just go off in our neighborhood? Oh my god, did you guys hear that? What is it, Lassie? Did someone fall down a well? I don't really remember what we were talking. Oh, we were talking about how our protagonist is a black girl who literally doesn't belong, but she just refuses to accept that she's not rich. Like, she wants power, and not in the sense of to wield, but to have options, to have mobility, to build wealth, to build the life that she wants, to have freedom. And that's why she's in the den of the wolves, because all the other people at this competition are actually already very deeply wealthy, very spoiled, very privileged, and she's the only poor one. So she walks into a room because of one of the, I think she's one of the family who's running the competition, gave her, you know, surprised her with an Oscar de la Renta dress for this gathering in the foyer before, you know, the day before one of the new games launches. And the second that she walks in the room, you know, like already feeling a little bit nervous but also proud of herself, one of the girls is like, why are you wearing this season's Oscar de la Renta? Aren't you poor? Just these little digs and barbs that are designed specifically to cut to the heart of marginalized people, to unseat us, to unsettle us. We just really connect with this character, and there's like a little budding romance between her and one of the boys who is a part of the Remington family, which I don't really care about, but their banter is nice, and I'm just really excited to see where this goes, especially because it's such a chunky book. So if it's already this brutal at the beginning, like 2 people have already died, imagine what's gonna happen next. Another girl just died. Not a gun. Ma'am, who brought Annie Oakley to the competition? Not both of these brothers clearly having a thing for her, and her having a little flirtation with the one that has a girlfriend. But the girlfriend is cool.
She is not cool.
So, we'll see how this unfolds. So much happened in the first 122 pages that if you're feeling a little bit out of your element, maybe watch that vlog or just like skip to the part where I talk about the ambitious games. But honestly, I don't think you missed much. I mean, you did, but that's okay. I think we've done a pretty good job of catching you up as to what's happening now in this book, but it's just deliciously readable. I've honestly just stopped annotating because I'm like just wanting to get through it, and it is so good. I'm obsessed. I hate these people. Aren't you going to eat? He asks. I don't like salmon. I lie. What do you like to eat then? The rich, I glare, daring him to sneer. You know what I hate?
The ending of season 8 of Game of Thrones?
Ignore the text message song. I hate when they try to give the racist white girl, privileged villain, when they try to give her more character development. Girl, I don't care. She racist. She racist. And now she bankrupt. Boo-hoo. So on this trip, on this little vicious games vacation that they're on, is a girl that betrayed her, a girl that she used to be friends with who betrayed her and played a role in her losing her scholarship to Yale. And it's really hard to see friendship breakups, friendship crumbling, friendship betrayals, because that is a really sore subject for me. My friends are genuinely, like genuinely my soft spot. And I'm just really feeling for her, like being a black girl without options, being friends with a white girl who you thought had your back and loved you, who doesn't show up for you, and who lets you get bullied by other white girls, and just like what it means to be black and have friendships with a non-black person in general, and how you're always the one who gets discarded. And it's like, I just have so much empathy and in common with Adina, and you're seeing her really grapple with what she's doing in the competition, the things that she's forced to do, and you're seeing her still try so hard to hold on to her integrity and feeling like she's losing herself. And I'm so scared because there's still much of the novel to go. Oh my god, not We Ride at Dawn. What's up, babies? Just got off the phone with Jan. We had a good 20-minute call, and I'm currently watching her as we read. On page 280, which been making pretty good progress. There's 400 pages, so I got 120 to go. And I'm updating because I have a feeling that my favorite side character is gonna die. There's been no hint or anything. I have no reason to think this besides the fact that everybody's in danger, but I just got a feeling, man, and I didn't trust her at first. And like, if she dies,
So,
Out of what?
this boy is insane. This boy is insane. He reminds us so much of the boyfriend of, I think her name is Addie, the blonde from One of Us is Lying. He sucks, and I feel like I've dated him before. These people are not well. They are not well. It's giving Red Wedding from Game of Thrones. Oh my god, the twists. These twists are gonna have my neck broken by the end of the novel. Wow. I am really very impressed with their Vicious Games. 5 out of 5 stars. It was the ending that made it a 5-star, and already it was an incredible book. It's just that having just read and Don't Look Back, my idea of a 5 stars warped. The ending was phenomenal. Love the conversations that this book has about the things that girls are expected to do to each other and themselves in order to win male affection, as well as in order to win or earn their places in society. We loved the commentary about wealth and class and what it looks like and what it means to redistribute, what it looks like to use your money, the ethics of being hyper rich, all of it, very good. Now, We Don't Swim is going to be the next book, or I don't know, should I switch to House of Marianne, or is it Marion? Okay, so unsure if we're gonna switch to House of Marion or We Don't Swim here, because I might want to break from the wealthy house kind of trope, but maybe I'm not ready. You know, because We Don't Swim here is okay. So we're gonna read the first sentence of both books and then decide. I stared up at the 2-story house, dim blue and faded with age, with a vague sense of dread. Okay, pretty good. Ooh, so pretty. So pretty. Ooh, and love that it tells you all of the houses. That's really cool. Starts out with some Latin. Oh, there's a gorgeous map. There's a gorgeous map. The dragon, spelled D-A-R-A-G-U-N. Who am I kidding? House of Marion it is. I'm going to get as far as I can, but I have a friend coming over. I haven't seen her in about... Oh my god, look at this book. Oh my god, I'm gonna Instagram this. So what's actually funny about this is that immediately the book opens up with a kid named Quell, whose mom has moved her to 14 schools in 12 years in 9 cities. And anytime mom gets suspicious of someone might know about the poison running through my veins. She stuffs our entire life into a tiny yellow hard shell suitcase. And that's funny because that is the exact same thing that happens in And Don't Look Back. So already we're liking this book, but it also opens up with something fantastical that seems to have happened in another era. And the magic already in this world is very, very interesting. So I don't know the synopsis to this book, and I do not read synopsises for most books, but I do know that it is from a Black author who I've enjoyed works from before. It's dark Black girl magic with House of Hunger vibes, and that is all I need to know. Back to reading. And also just like, ugh, I love this book already. Hi cuties! As of right now, we are on page 50, and I can tell that the magic system is only gonna get even more elaborate, so I'm going to tell you what I know now in order to reinforce it in my own brain, and also just so y'all know what's going on in the story. So she has officially entered House of Marion and is learning more about who she is, and she learns that she is a descendant of House of Marion, which is one of 4 very powerful magical houses, the only 4 powerful magical houses, and each house has its own female headmistress, and each house is essentially like a magical academy. House of Marion was the 2nd ever created house in the prestigious order of Highest Mysteries to oversee magical instruction of prospects in the southern quadrant. There are 4 territories and thus 3 other houses with headmistresses, all overseen by the council. Houses are run like a magical boarding school. There are no school year semesters. They have 1 season, May to August, where debutantes are officially able to join the societies. And then on page 50, we've just learned that there are 3 rites that one must pass in order to join a house. Those rites are emerging, honing, and binding. And then there's also very different types of magic, and what I've gathered is that our protagonist, whose name is Quell, has a forbidden form of magic. But so far there's shadow magic, there's healing magic. They have these powders that you can kind of blow into the air, say a name, blow it into the air, and it'll automatically transport you to where you want to go. So it's interesting seeing teleportation magic. It's pretty good so far. It's really fast-paced. It definitely reads like a fantasy written for younger folk, which means it's easy to fly through and just really delicious and fun, and I'm very much enjoying it. Different day, same sweater, because Camp Oregon is my entire personality. Good morning, cuties. I had a luxurious sleep in. It is now like 11 a.m. Woke up, did some laundry, and got ready for the day, showered, did all of the good stuff. Skincare routine on fleek because I had this pimple come in, and his name is Harold because he's big enough for his own zip code. Now it is time for us to walk Akasha. She did not get a walk yesterday because it was raining, it was pouring, and she deserves one. So we're gonna take a very, very long walk. It'll be her first long walk in a while. And I'm going to keep reading House of Marion when we get back on the patio. I'll likely see if I can find an audiobook for this. Oh my God, it's so pretty. It just smells the way that like my YA fantasy books did as a child, and I'm so excited to keep reading. Oh, you guys, it's so fucking pretty. Like, I don't even know how I'm supposed to live with how beautiful this book is. And even this coloring, it's almost shimmery. It's, oh my God, it's so pretty. Akasha, do you want to go outside? Do you want to go outside? Yeah, you want to go outside? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Hi, cuties. So I actually forgot that I had a car detailing session for today. So I'm on my way to Hudson, Wisconsin. It's like a 40-minute drive. I'm gonna be picking out an audiobook for this ride, checking to see if House of Marion is on script. But I'm really excited to just keep continuing. The walk with Akasha was beautiful, like fall vibes all day, every day. So exciting about it. So excited about the weather and just like the coziness, and having redecorated the house for fall.
It was truly the reset that I needed. I brought my laptop because the detailing session is probably going to take a while. And I'm excited because I'm currently writing a novella called Suddenly in Love, and it is about two best friends who are studs that fall in love with each other. Of course, I have brought House of Marion, the physical copy, and I'm going to be reading the shit out of that.
The car has been dropped off. Okay, so it was very dark and dank and deep in the car wash. So there's a coffee shop across the street. I just had a little bit of a hike to it, and now we're going into a Dunbros, which is exciting because when I moved to Minnesota 13 years ago, this is the first coffee shop I ever went to, and I used to go there all the time. I had a little punch card. I felt so adult getting a little coffee shop punch card, even though I fucking hated coffee and just stopped going. But so I'm gonna go in and work, and I will update you. I'm definitely gonna start by reading House of Marion because in the car I was reading Sarah Raleigh's book, the one about the tightrope dancer who can't die. It's like Song of Wrath.
It's really freaking good.
It's about this black girl who has no memory of who she is, and she realizes that she doesn't age and she's immortal. And basically her circus ringmaster finds out that she's immortal and starts torturing her, and she has to go on the run because everybody's after her for her abilities. And it's really cool because Sarah introduced some very subtle commentary about the racism in classic circus itchery, how even to this day there are bodies of black folk who have been stolen and experimented on for science because they were like circus performers, and their bones are still not at rest. So I really appreciate that commentary, but without further delay, let's go get some coffee. Ignore the sounds of our dog being an animal in the background. Wanted to give an update though for Songs of Ruin. I'm pretty sure it's Songs of Ruin. I don't know what the fuck this book is called. Water for Elephants meets The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen meets X-Men, because now she's with somebody that she doesn't know if she can trust, but is putting her up, and she's like, you know, kind of surrounded by opulence sort of thing. And she's getting answers, and she finds out that there's other people like her, but with different abilities. One man who can create explosions. She's the one who can't die, but she also has this ability to sense people's essences, and that helps her find them. And it's just really interesting, the different abilities these characters have. And she's getting introduced to this tournament, and from what I'm gathering is this is a tournament where people with special abilities or just very talented people compete in this bloodthirsty kill or be killed tournament for money and fame and power and all those things. Excited to see where that plays in. I'm sure that this is all broken down in the synopsis of the book, but again, I hate synopsis so much. They're very rarely useful for me personally for my reading purposes. I've got 11 hours left in that audiobook, but I'm going to switch to House of Marion because it's living rent-free in my head. The magic gets better and better. Every detail that we learn about the house and how the magic works, and essentially once you bind to one kind of magic, your ability to perform other kinds of magic greatly reduces and withers. But if you don't bind to a particular magic and get accepted into a house, your magic withers entirely. And so it makes it very competitive, and you have a very short amount of time in order for you to hone your magical abilities at this academy, or you'll be excommunicated. And one girl was just sent home, and it's really, really sad. Okay, now back to reading. Oh, one thing I will say is that what's interesting about Songs of Ruin and Don't Look Back and House of Marion is that they all have very different books, very much their own books, but they all have similar elements, and I'm really liking it. I thought this girl was smart, but she is tap dancing along my second to last nerve, and you don't want to get down to the final one. She's about to make a choice that's not smart, and I don't want her to make it, but it wouldn't be a book without it. So here we go. All right, the coffee was cute, but we've moved on to wine. It's just the atmosphere of this book is so freaking amazing. This is something I've neglected to mention, but people in this world either have diadems, which are essentially these ornate crowns of metal and jewels that are unique to every person as is a fingerprint, or they have masks that come out of their face and then retreat back into them. So cool. We are on page 210, and at the 200 page mark is where the romance starts to kind of get named and recognized between the two characters, more solidified. That is a true slow burn, and no physical thing has happened between the two of them except for a very tense dance scene that had me like, is this YA or? He moves like silk, pushing my hips back, then forward, and I follow like a tousled breeze, moving with the slightest request of his hand. His lips curl in a full smile, the first I've ever seen. My arms are slung over his hard shoulders as I move with him, a part of him. I see his intention in the direction of his hips, and my body moves in anticipation of it. He releases me, and for a moment I quiver at the loss of his touch, but his fingers lace tightly to mine. The world spins as he turns me out, now back to me. His body seems to say as he tugs on my hand, and I flee to him, spinning in his grasp until I am tight against his chest. It feels safe.
They're so cute.
An idea strikes me, and it's so foolish. I'm out the door before I can talk myself out of it. I'm going to follow him. And she was never seen again. We knew it. We felt it in our bones that there is going to be a non-binary character, and on page 275, we get to meet them. Fuck yes. Did you get my note? I did, and I decorated my trash can with it. So their relationship seems well. I need to know that it's not me imagining whatever this is. The strap on my thin nightshirt slips off my shoulder and he pulls it back into place, his touch soft as summer rain. His thumb finds my jaw, kindling a flame deep inside me, throbbing with a heat, a wanting I've never felt. It's not. Oh my God. His fingers trace down my neck as if they move to music, brushing my... Sir, you're disturbing the atmosphere. His fingers trace down my neck as if they move to music, brushing my skin feather soft, across my collarbone and over my bare shoulder, as if he's admiring a fine sculpture. His arm tightens around my waist and his gaze glows like a drunken sunrise. Because I know him, I can see there are more words hanging on his lips. Say it, whatever you're thinking. I can't. I force his eyes to mine. You can. Oh my God, this book has me in a chokehold. What's on the next page? He bites his lip. I want you, he breathes, and somehow we are closer. His breath is warm on my lips and I hang on them, teetering on the edge of a cliff, daring him to jump with me. Let yourself go, I tell him, as he once told me. He hesitates, then gives in to the fire kindling in his eyes. His fingers curve around my hip with the knowing of how it must make me feel. I lean into his touch as his other hand runs through my hair, then down the back of my neck. May I kiss you? Fuck yes! Oh my God, I love them. Oh my God, I love this for them. I love this for them so much. They're so cute. Okay, there is a scene where two characters decide to bind themselves magically together so that there is an everlasting tie between them because they currently need to be aware of when the other one is in distress. And one of these characters had just learned about that magic 1 second before, and she was like, okay. And I just feel like being bound emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, physically to someone forever would take a little more thought, but she was like,
fuck it, seems fun.
I gotta remember that these are teenagers, but I'm a little alarmed. On a scale of her to me, how deep do your trust issues lie? Not I love you, I need you. It's giving oh baby, oh baby. If you know, you know. And comment down below. This book made me feel like I was 14 again, reading impossibly intricate fantasies and falling in love. 5 out of 5 stars.
Please go. One too many quarters in my pocket. Count 'em like the 4 clovers in my locket. Untied.
Greetings, victims. It is the following day. I have completed House of Marion and awarded it 5 out of 5 stars. JL commented on my Instagram reel that I made about it last night and said, I'm so glad that y'all noticed the bowel vibes, because the bowel vibes are immaculate and it came from the queen herself. So now I actually took off my Camp Oregon sweater, what a shock. And now I'm wearing the long sleeve from the Honeys Aspen's Academy, which is also a camp book, because I have problems. So last night I got to page 46 in We Don't Swim Here, and then a loved one came over. We ordered some fettuccine alfredo. It was the best fettuccine alfredo I've ever had in my life. We also had calamari. So good. I need to remember the name of that restaurant and look it up on DoorDash, because I want to eat that all day, every day.
That came out wrong.
Now I am on my way to a piercer. I have to find a piercer last minute because I thought I could get these piercings out on my own.
I could not get these piercings out on my own.
So I have to get these piercings out, make it to my MRI by 2, and get my brain scanned. Then I am going to go get my eyelashes done. I have not had my eyelashes done ever since I lost my job months ago. If you've been here for a while, you'll likely know that I lost my job and I've been having all these health issues. I lost my job because of my health issues, and now I'm just like finally getting back on track, and my treat to myself is my eyelashes, and I'm so excited. So I'm gonna do that, and then I have to get my jewelry put back in, and as I'm doing all these runarounds, I'm going to be continuing to read The Bones of Ruin, which is amazing. Let you know how the MRI goes. I'm so excited that my brain is finally getting scanned and that I'm gonna get some fucking answers. She's just been sitting in this corner watching me film the whole time. What a weirdo.
Do you ever listen to an audiobook as you drive and your heart is just pounding because we've gotten more answers about Iris and those like her and where they came from and like how they came to be the way that they are? Hitting on one of our favorite tropes, and it's just this book is so good. Experimental and medical racism will get us every single time, and we just have this awful skin crawling sensation.
Oh my god, it's so good.
What's up, cuties? I'm on page 129, chapter 14 of We Don't Swim Here, and I'm confused and creeped out. So Vincent does it again. Essentially, the town avoids water at all costs, and it has been revealed that like 14 people have gone missing recently, and they're all visitors. And it's like people in the town are protected from whatever is happening in the town so long as they follow certain rituals. They do certain things at certain times for certain reasons, and nobody asks questions. And the reason that they're so hostile to outsiders is because outsiders threaten to throw off the ritual. And because the outsiders are outside of the ritual,
they mess up the rhythm or something. I don't know. It's so confusing and so weird, and you're following the cousin who just moved to the town and the cousin that has been living in the town her whole life. And apparently there's also a siren component. The girl who just moved here, her name is Bronwyn, and she's asking like, why don't we go in the water? And people keep telling her not to ask questions. All the pools have been drained, that sort of thing. One person turns to her and goes, all I can say is if you hear singing and no one's around, run. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it kind of seems like there's a siren, there's some sort of woman in the woods who will sing you to your death, and tourists have been found with their cars abandoned, but their stuff is all in them as if they're gonna come back and not. And I'm very confused. I don't know
What the hell is going on?
But the writing is great. It really throws you right into the middle of it. No coddling, none of that. The atmosphere is excellent, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Not this kid going into an elder care facility with a hidden bottle of alcohol in her bag so that she can get one of the residents drunk and extract information from her, from an old woman. Ma'am. What's up, cuties? I have moved inside because I was getting chilly, and now I am on the couch on page 205 of We Don't Swim Here. Despite the fact that the writing is immaculate, atmospheric as all hell, I'm not enjoying this book as much as I thought I would, and I've been trying to figure out why. Finally realized what it is. This book is very plot driven, and I am a character driven reader. I feel like I don't know these characters at all, besides what they're going through right now in this moment, but I don't know who they are. And that makes it really hard for me to get into the story, despite the fact that really horrific, creepy things are happening. There's a bodily possession component. There is people drowning when there's no water around. There is like really intense horror happening, and it's just not hitting me the way that I want it to because I haven't gotten the character. Sorry, funny text. I haven't gotten the character work that I personally need, but the book is still absolutely incredible. I just wanted to give an update for that. All of that being said, the more that I read, the more intrigued I am. I am absolutely this book's bitch, and I cannot wait to see how it ends. Who is out here pistol whipping children? Mind you, this girl has been irritating me the entire book. I don't understand why she's so unhinged, because once you get the story behind why this particular bully is a bully, I'm just like, and it's giving excuses. But that is no reason to pistol whip the annoying teenager. Sir, put your gun away. Hey everyone, I am really excited to say that we've completed We Don't Swim Here by Vincent Dorado, and I'm going to be giving it 4 stars. Honestly, it definitely sold me at the end. I really, really liked the ending. This is a thriller for readers who like it to be fast-paced, not to worry too much about character backstory and little details about the character, who want lots and lots of horror, action, thriller, creepy vibes. If you're one of those readers, this is going to be the one for you. I'm more of a slow burn reader personally, but I think that this is like a really, really strong choice, especially too if you love really subtle social commentary. There is a social commentary about the history of Black people being denied access to swimming pools. Part of the reason that so many drownings involve Black people is because of literal deprivation to having access to swimming pools and history, a traumatic history of swimming pools. And that was like part of the horror that was brought in, is something really traumatic happened to a Black girl at a swimming pool. And I just, like years and years ago, and we really appreciated it. Vincent is so good about taking periods. Why is it every time that I try and update y'all, I get a text? Vincent is just really good at writing social commentary while also giving a powerful fucking story, and I just can't wait to see what they write next. So that is going to do it for this vlog. Check out my next Black Girl Magic vlog to see what I think of Bones of Ruin, and I think the sequel is called Bones of Wrath because I'm going to be reading them together. Also, if you haven't seen my vlog where I went to Japan and spent time with Gavin and Gabby, that is down below. I do have a Patreon. If you want to check that out, that's below as well. Okay, until next time.